Well, good morning. It is a couple minutes after 10. Apologize for getting on late this morning. I was clear across the building and realized what time it was, so had to hustle this way. Um, Hopefully, we'll get some people to join us live here this morning, but if not, that's okay too. I will send out the email with the video again with some of the highlights of the video. So, a couple things coming up this week. We actually have the Oktoberfest food truck is actually going to park right outside the school on Wednesday from 11 to 1 um, to give our teachers an opportunity to get some different lunch instead of packing their lunch. So we'd also invite, any of you who want to come and purchase some lunch from them to help support them for coming over here and making that available for us. So that's Wednesday from 11 to 1. Let's see, Thursday and Friday, we do not have school this week. State teacher convention lands on those 2 days every year. So no school Thursday and Friday. And then I have a fun little announcement to make as well. On October 30th, which is a Friday, the day before Halloween, we are going to allow our students to wear their Halloween costumes this year because of all of the other Halloween-related activities that have been kind of shut down. Also, typically we have our chili night where we invite families in to share a meal with us and encourage kids to wear their Halloween costumes so we can see them at that time. Since that won't be able to take place this year, we will be allowing the kids to wear their costumes on that Friday. Of course, those costumes do have to be school appropriate, and we are coming up with some guidelines for other rules, I guess you could call them, to go along with those costumes as well, and we'll get those out here as soon as we can. So that's exciting. It very well probably will be just this year only. We haven't done that in the past, just because it does create a huge distraction on learning. But then again, so does COVID-19. So we're going to allow it this year. Let's see, other things coming up. Parent-teacher conferences are coming up very quickly. They'll be on November 4th and 5th, I believe. It's that Wednesday and Thursday of that first week of November. So we'll have early release days that week if you haven't experienced those parent-teacher conferences before. So kids will get out at noon Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of that week. Our teachers will work normal hours on Wednesday. And then Thursday, they will be asked to stay a little bit later for additional conferences. And then Friday, we'll let them go home a little bit early after the kids leave. So we will be doing those conferences virtually. We'll probably be looking at using Zoom for that. I will be putting together and sending out some information on how to sign up for your conferences. Last year, we used a program called Sign Up Genius. It seemed to work pretty well for us to get those conference schedules. Gave parents the opportunity to kind of pick and choose their times. And it seemed to work pretty well for us on our end. So be watching for that information. I'll try to get that out within the next week or so we can start getting those conference times assigned. So that's definitely coming up. So if you need to make arrangements to make sure you have some time off work one of those days or both of those days for that afternoon, please make sure you do that. Our fall parent-teacher conference is probably the most important parent-teacher interaction that we will have all year. This is really a good time to have that one-on-one conversation with the teacher about how your child is progressing in school, any strengths that we are seeing that they have and how we can help grow those strengths, and any growth areas that we need to both work on at home and at school to make sure that those kids have the skills that they need before they leave us from elementary school and move on to middle school. So Again, that's coming up first week of November. It'll be a Wednesday and Thursday. I believe the dates are the 4th and 5th. And again, I'll be sending out more information on that very, very soon. As always, we just continue to ask that kids are wearing masks and appreciate parents wearing them too when they come onto school grounds, and require parents to wear them if they come into the building. At pickup or drop off, please maintain your distance from other parents, and please make sure you're washing your hands frequently and encouraging your kids to do the same. And we will continue to do all three of those things as much as we can here at school. My biggest goal this year is that we get to stay in school and have at least the normalcy of being in the school building. We know that having kids trying to learn from home presents lots of challenges, and it just is not what's best for everybody, including myself. So I definitely am much more motivated when I am here in the school building, and working partly from home last spring was a challenge. So hopefully if we all do our part by wearing masks and keeping our distance and have good hand hygiene, we can continue what we've been doing. We have not had any students with COVID in our building yet this year. I'm sure at some point we probably will experience that, but I am just very thankful and appreciative to all the parents at home and the kids and the staff are all doing their part when they're not at school to make sure that we can continue to prevent that from changing our routines here at school. So let's see here. What else we got going on? Those are the big things. Parent-teacher conference, no school this Thursday or Friday. And kids get to wear their costumes on October 30th. So if there's any questions, I would love to answer them. If not, thank you for joining me. I'll stay on till about the 10-minute mark. Gives us about 2 minutes here. And in that time, I'll just review some of the protocols just as a good reminder. So if anybody in the household is waiting for COVID testing results, we are asking that any school-age kids stay home until those results are known. We're continuing to send home any kids with any symptoms at school. We're just playing that as safe as possible. Those really are the two big ones. And of course, if your kiddo's sick, please keep them home. Don't send them to school. If we do end up with a kiddo that is COVID-19 positive, I will be doing the contact tracing in the school. So identifying any kids that meet the definition of a close contact, which means they were within 6 feet of that positive case for 15 minutes or longer. And that starts 48 hours before that kiddo had any symptoms. Or if they never had any symptoms, it would be 48 hours before they had their COVID test. So I would be calling you and sending you a letter saying that your kiddo's been identified as a close contact and that you would need to quarantine for 14 days, starting from when they had the last contact with, again, that student that was positive. So hopefully we don't have to do a lot of that, but just know if that does happen, I'll be communicating with you directly to let you know about any quarantine notifications. So again, my biggest goal is to keep as many kids in school for as long as we possibly can. But of course we need to do that safely. I will also be sending out via email some updates on the protocols. Not really much has changed since last week. They did change the location of the community testing site that was being held right over here at the Shrine. They are now doing that at United Way. So I'll send that information out. Other than that, things are pretty much still the same. Okay, we're at the 10-minute mark. I don't see any questions. But if you do come up with some, you can always call or email, and we'll definitely get some answers for you. All right. I hope everybody has a fantastic Monday and a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you again real soon.